My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. And that is a very exceptional quote. If you know him, you might know him. It's probably one of the best quotes, the most intelligent quotes I've ever heard. Call me misogynist, I could care less. Look up the quote. You know who it's by. But with that being said, you're here for this video. 7 things I would tell my younger self. And I'm telling you this because realistically, you're probably watching this. And I've made mistakes. I've made some, I want to say I'll never have regrets. You know, God made me the man who I am today. But if I were to make changes and tell my younger self on how to change the ways I think and the way things that I do to make me the unmatched opponent in any realm of human endeavor, then this is what I would say. Here are the 7 things I'm going to go over. Number 1, take this lightly, take this however you want, but college is indeed a scam. And I say this because I wasted months to a year in college. And how shall I say this? The normalized route for a typical man or woman is to go from high school to college. And then once you get that degree, right, you're supposed to get that job, whatever that degree sustains. And with all the jobs that are now around, everything is now being online. There is so much more available options that don't require a degree, but they require skill, and they require mentorship. They require not $50,000 to $100,000 for a degree that says something that I can do something in a certain way. There is a degree that is called gender studies. What am I going to do with gender studies? There's 2 fucking genders in this world. And aside, if you want to become a lawyer, an engineer, a doctor, that is acceptable. PhD into something, that is acceptable, right? But if you're going just for the general route of something you don't know what you want to do, truly, don't go to college just for the heck of it, just for the fun of it, right? You're going to waste, 2 to 4 years just for a degree, just for a job that you might not know or you might hate. You didn't follow your true passion of what you actually wanted to do. And because I say it is a scam, because it is now generalized and normalized to follow that route of go to college and get the job. Just to get the job that you might like, a 9 to 5, and not follow your true aspirations and your goals. Because goals are important. You have to figure that out early. And if you don't know how to figure it out, this is what you do. You just keep doing and keep doing and keep doing. You keep finding something, finding stuff. Don't just go get the degree and just do some research. Go actually do and apply yourself out there. I got into the online coaching space because I like fitness. I like helping people motivate themselves, discipline themselves. I like disciplining them. I think that's my favorite way is watching a transformation over time. And I enjoy seeing that. And it took me a while to get here, right? I'm still not where I'm at. I'm like, this is probably just the beginning, but I started out with fitness. You know, my very first job, I started as a busser. Actually, I started in freaking Bojangles, fast food chain, right? Freaking biscuits. 1 week. Then I ended up as a busser, then a server, then a bartender. And, you know, it's not a bad gig. It's fun. It's cool to do on the side if you're like, it's good to do if you're making quick cash. You can sustain a couple hours, and it's good for enough for a living and to do something on the side, right? It's good enough for you to do. It doesn't require a degree. It doesn't require a lot of hours, and to do something like it, you just need to just show up and just show that you have hard work in the service industry, right? Like show that you can actually have hard work and that you're just good with people, and then you can like have a side business. That's what I basically did, right? Um, and with that being said, um, because after bartending, I still went to school, while I was bartending. And I did that for like couple months to a year, and that got me nowhere because I didn't have no goal. But I got into training, right? I got into like weightlifting, bodybuilding, but I wasn't very consistent with it. I didn't understand the mindset with it, and that's gonna lead me to topic number 7. But we'll get there in minutes, right? However long it's gonna take. But um, that being said, I went to school, went to college, and I didn't have an end goal, so I went to training. 3 to 4 years of being degenerate. I drank, did drugs, um, bad vices, right? And because I'd had those bad vices, my training was working out, being consistent, figuring out the mindset part of working out was very inconsistent, and I didn't get the results I truly should have gotten. But that's when I started finding calisthenics. That's when I started like trying to shift my mind into the way it's supposed to be. And a couple years into calisthenics, 2 years right now in the calisthenics, or actually let me say this: 6 months in the calisthenics, I started the business. Right, it's not going the best, but I started it because I figured out what I truly wanted, and once I finally figured it out, that's where it starts. That's where it started from there, and I feel like if you just keep applying yourself to stuff that, even if you might not like, you might like it, might end up liking it. I did not know I would like calisthenics. And here I am, training freaking calisthenics. Now I'm going for Ironman. But there's so many other various options out there that can be so much better than just college. That's what I would tell myself if I was younger. Number 2. Your friends back then aren't going to be your friends now. This might get a lot of heat, but, the friends, like the degenerate friends that you hanged out with, or you hung out with, or you're hanging out with right now, their mediocrity goals allowed you to align yourself with those goals. You have been influenced by mediocrity. And because you have been influenced by mediocrity, you don't feel as important enough to have an important goal or to have a big, high-achieving goal. And the friends that you have, because the friends that I used to have, they're very degenerate. I didn't have the like-minded people that were going out consistently, fucking smoking dope, all that shit, right? And, it's obviously not the greatest path. And I'm not friends with them now anymore. That is because my mindset is up here. Their mindset is way down here. And it took me a minute to get from here to here. And it's going to take you a while to get rid of those vices. And for me to understand that they're just going to be gone in a blink of an eye actually makes some high quality friends, right? People that actually want it. Not just some comfortability. Number 3. Get your physique up and get your money up. This cannot get heat. Get your physique up. Look the best. Train the best. Because once you establish a physique, you build confidence. You build a mindset that can apply to anything in life. And this is what I mean, building your mindset. Once you start building that consistent mindset of just doing stuff you don't want to do and learning the discipline, you might end up somewhere else that have high achieving jobs, high quality people, networking. The people you might meet at the gym can actually get you somewhere that you might not expect. Because for me, when I was in my calisthenics, he actually when I met a friend, badass friend, his name's Daniel. He was in the online space, and he introduced me to the online space and coaching, and he stepped my foot into the door for that. And to surround yourself with that kind of people in the gym, and just for the people that just that consistently show up, just show up. Because you start recognize the most consistent guys that are always there at the gym, you might make a friend. And once you start making like good actually friends that actually want it, you have some ambition to actually chase after something that might be a high quality goal of yours or a dream. And then just get your money up, because no one wants their money down, right? So, number 4, keep your family close. This one's a little touchy for me because I was always so fixated on chasing comfort. I didn't always prioritize the family like I should have. Like my grandma passed away a little less than a year ago, and I didn't have the time I should have spent with her. I didn't always consistently call her, and then she passed away. And it is sad, you know. It's tough, but I would tell my younger self, you know, spend all the time you can with them, because they're not here very much long. As well as my dog. I had a dog. He was always with me since the age of 5. And then I turned 22, or I think I turned 22. He was with us 20. Yeah, I think I turned 22. He passed away a couple years ago. But once I moved out of like my parents' house, like at 19, I let my dog stay at the parents' house, and he was getting in his old ages, and I didn't spend much time with him. And because I didn't spend much time with him, like I should have, I'm like having the feeling of regrets of like not spending as much time as I should have, creating the memories I could have with my dog. And then he passed away. So it's very important to keep your family close. Number 5. Chasing cheap dopamine will get you nowhere. This is lust, porn, fucking going out on the weekends, chasing girls, alcohol. I mean, it's literally in itself. Like the thought of thinking about it and you know it's bad, like you know it's gonna get you nowhere, right? Consistently just, even that goes with doom scrolling. Like I'll even catch myself like realizing I'm doom scrolling for a second. I'm like, fuck. I'm fucking doom scrolling. I'm like, shit. It's like fucking bad you know? Consistently chasing cheap dopamine, you're like consistently frying your receptors over and over and over, chasing the very little thing that is not going to fulfill you. It's not. It's just simply not. Because that is a very low level that you're not chasing. You're not chasing the dream that you're supposed to be called out for. And when I was chasing all these cheap dopamine things, you know, it didn't lead me nowhere. It led me nowhere, right? And because it led me nowhere, I felt like I had nothing. I'm always chasing the very stupid thing. Just going out. Fucking wake and bake in the morning. But I would tell myself to not chase dopamine. It's very bad for you. Chase actually goals and dreams. Big ambition. Have a big crazy dream, no matter what. If it's like something out of the ordinary, of not mediocrity of what your friends think, like don't let your friends' mediocre goals deter you away from you having a big dream. And there's going to be obstacles when it's going to go towards that dream, right? Because it's not always going to be straight linear. There's always going to be obstacles, always going to be struggle, there's always going to be something in the way. Just let that remind you. So, where was I going with that? 6. Fear is the number one thing that holds someone back. I used to be very fearful. I used to be very scared. And the moment I let fear to keep consistently take me away from my goals and dreams is the moment I started keep thinking about it. And the more I thought about it, the more it held me back. Because if you keep consistently thinking about your fear, it means you're doing less. And the less you're doing, it means you're not consistently inputting the stuff that you're supposed to do. And the way you handle fear is you just simply cannot give a fuck about what other people think. It's just as simple as that. Like, whatever you have to do to detach yourself from caring about what other people think, like, figure that out, even if that's like asking AI questions to allow yourself to do that. Like, I literally have to do that. And there's sometimes I might still like think about it, but I mean, I might care, but I have to like realize like my eyes is on the prize. Like, no one understands me. No one understands where I'm trying to get at, what I'm consistently doing, what my goals is, what my ambitions are. And you cannot just let fear of something hold you back, because that dream was set in your heart for a reason. Do not let it hold you back. Because if you do, you might be on your deathbed with a fear of regret. Last and final thing, number 7. Your mindset is the most powerful thing. I did not know this when I would say 22. I'm 24 now. I'm starting to realize mindset is like the most powerful thing within everything that you're supposed to get or what you're supposed to do. You got goals and dreams, mindset. You got to go to the dream, or you got to get your physique, mindset. You got to go do something. It's going to require some kind of mindset. Discipline, consistency. You got to have a drive, no fear. All these things, detaching yourself. And with that number one thing being so important is your mindset, I say it's really important, because if I had the mindset I had, and this could be even like me right now saying the words that I am saying, because that could alter the way I think subconsciously. Because if I start thinking, like, if I had my mindset right now back then, which I'm not saying it's going to be, but I'm going to start thinking of how I'm consistently, how I could have been, how I could be at, where I could be at right now. And that's not the greatest way to think. And that was just like an example right there, the way your mindset thinks. It might sound silly, but it really is number one most powerful thing. Keep consistently doing shit that you don't want to do over and over and over, and how to beat that demon that consistently holds you back. Right? That's number 7. There is one last thing I would tell. It was a quote that a friend told me. It's probably a really great quote. By the time it took you to decide to get over your fear is typically longer than the time it takes to actually achieve. I'm going to say it again. By the time it took you to decide to get over your fear is typically longer than the time it takes to actually achieve. And thinking consistently about what you're going to do is less input than actually doing, because you're allowing the fear of failure to overtake you because you're just scared of the failure. You have to accept that to fail a lot more, you're going to eventually win. There's a lot more winners that failed a lot more than the guys that even tried at all. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you took something out of it, you know, leave a comment, subscribe. If you want, I'm not forcing you to, leave a like if you want. I'm just here to spread the journey of me, and to, because I know there's someone out there probably in my shoes right now, or my shoes years late before, back then, would like to hear this. So leave a like if you want, subscribe if you want, comment if you want, and I'll see you for the next one.